the recording right now. And now for our site, just welcome again. I give the floor to the representative of the company in charge of the... No, sorry. It's Saya, our US colleague in Finland who start talking about what it means to work in Finland, etc. Okay.
All right.
So the floor is yours, Alexandra and Saya. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Alexandra, do you want to say a few words first, or should I start immediately?
Well, according to our agenda, there will be a lot of presentations today. I can briefly introduce myself. I represent the recruiting company, so I interact with all of the applicants via email, and you can call me and you can ask by email. We also collaborate very closely with EURES Finland and EURES Spain, and there will be presentations on their behalf. And we have here representatives of the employer, the city of Helsinki. So my turn will be a little bit later, but now Saya will start this presentation with some information about Finland in general and how it is to work in Finland. Welcome, Saya.
Thank you, and hello everyone. My name is Saya Repo, and I'm a EURES advisor from working with Helsinki City. And just a short presentation about in Finland in general, about our culture when it comes to living and working here. And then later on you will hear more specifically about Helsinki and what great things Helsinki has to offer. But let's get started. So why Finland? Well, I think we have now really some kind of record of being voted as one of the world's happiest country. I think now 7 or 8 years in a row. And so according to this index where countries are measured against each other, we rank first. And why is this? Is because in general we are considered as a stable, very safe and high-functioning Nordic welfare state. And it's easy here to enjoy a very high quality of life, which means that you can combine your career and your work very easily with your personal life and family life. So there is in general a really great balance between your work and then your free time. Our work days are quite short, and they are very well kind of balanced. So it means you have a lot of opportunities after your work to enjoy your hobbies and your family, and of course our nature, which is really important part of our culture, and many Finns enjoy spending time in the nature. But in addition to that, we are also a home of some very high-performing companies. So in general, there are plenty of career opportunities with us. In addition to having a really great work-life balance, we are also measured very high in technological expertise. So we have a very close cooperation between companies, universities, and research institutions. And then one part of this is that we also have a really great educational system, and that is ranked among the best in the world. And a lot of emphasis is put on education, and opportunities for education are available starting from early childhood also to your adult age. Educating yourself is encouraged and valued. We have free universities, and it's also part of our social welfare system that it's made possible for everyone to really educate themselves and go to school. We also are a leading global expert in climate, fighting climate change and finding solutions for sustainable development. Let's see. Some more facts about Finland. So when it comes to our population, we are a relatively small country, 5.6 million inhabitants. And regards to that, the land area we have, it's quite big. So it means we have a lot of open space around. And even here in the capital region or in the south, where we have all our major cities, it's very easy to find access to nature and still have life quite well organized and quite easy to manage. So it's not a very hectic country, but it's quite easy to live here, and life here is quite easygoing. Our capital is Helsinki. Our currency is euro. We have two official languages here, so Finnish and Swedish, and especially here in the south or in the west, you can see the influence of Swedish speaking population. So you will have a lot of names in Swedish as well, and a lot of services available in Swedish as well. We are a republic. We have been a part of European Union since 1995, and then in NATO since 2023. As I mentioned earlier about education, so it's a lot of it's very much appreciated in Finland, and 41% of people have a higher education degree. So here were some small facts for you about Finland. Now I'm trying to switch the slide, but let's see. Okay, here it is. So still a few words about education. As it was mentioned, it's one of our our best qualities here. So education is free at all levels. This includes universities. And our basic principle is that all people must have access to high quality education and training. And there is this idea of lifelong learning. And this high appreciation is also reflected to our to the professions that are dealing with teaching or education. So educational autonomy among teachers is very high in Finland. So teachers in general can decide the methods of teaching, and there is a lot of respect for teachers, and also teachers are expected to be professionals of their field, and really high quality university studies are required for you to be a teacher in Finland. So teachers are trusted and respected, and it's a very attractive profession. So there is also a lot of competition to actually get a university spot and to become a teacher. So this is very characteristic of us. Then let's move on to actually living in Finland, and we can start with a few words about houses and apartments. So our winters here are quite cold and relatively long, but you should not be worried, because our homes are very well equipped and warm throughout the year, and usually very well managed and warm. And even in cities, if you live in apartments, the nature is always close by. So that is a very nice thing if you live here. There is in general a wide range of housing options available. So you can either rent or buy, or then there are some alternatives in between. But approximately 30% of Finns live in rental homes. Majority of Finns maybe dream about owning their own home, and it's maybe more common in some smaller cities and in some rural areas. But here in the bigger cities, it's quite also normal that people rent their apartments. The monthly rent of a 50 square meter 2-room apartment, typically it ranges between 500 euros to over 1,000 euros a month. And there is a really big difference if you live in, let's say, in the north of Finland or here in the south, in one of the bigger cities. So this really can even double the rent you are paying. And even inside Helsinki, depending on if you want to live very close to the city center or maybe a little bit further away, it really affects the amount of rent you need to pay. And of course, the same goes to if you want to buy your own home. So there is a big difference between cities. If you're interested in renting your home, you can either do that by renting from a company or from a city or association or some agency. But then also it's very common to rent your apartment from a private person. So there are many options available, and it really depends what you prefer. Then about working in Finland, and a few words about our work culture. That is one of our best and most attractive things if you move here. So what can you expect? Well, you can first of all expect equality and very equal opportunities in working life. So it means that discrimination, a lot of things are done to prevent discrimination at workplace or even already during the application process. If you work in a Finnish organization, you can expect a very low hierarchy. So usually the relationships between your boss or your colleagues, they tend to be very informal. So people usually talk to each other very freely, informally, using first name, and you can quite easily usually approach your superiors and really say your opinion or ask if you have a question. It's really encouraged. Another thing that is quite typical is that there is this idea that when you come to work, you are expected to take care of your tasks and your work independently and in a punctual manner. And you are really encouraged to take initiative. So you are not kind of there to be micromanaged, but rather you have the autonomy over your own work. And this is really great because you are really in charge of your own work. In addition to this, we have in general really healthy and safe working conditions. This is also reflected to the fact that agreements and rules are respected. So you can expect workplaces to be quite transparent, and usually it's quite easy to navigate in Finnish workplaces. So it's not there are not a lot of these hidden rules, but usually there are agreements, and people tend to really follow what has been agreed and what rules are available. So people respect those. In addition, authorities ensure that there are safety and fair working conditions. So there is, for example, Occupational Safety and Health Administration that available, that if you should run into any problems, there is always someone you can contact. And then this is also one part of ensuring that there is not any discrimination or unsafe measures in your workplace. In addition to these things I mentioned before, there is employers usually see their people as their most valuable resource, and they want to encourage this work-life balance. And although there are some small variations between working hours in different fields, the standard is an 8-hour workday. And so the work days are quite well regulated, and in addition to this, employees are entitled to plenty of paid holidays and vacation days. And most of the Finns take 1 month summer holiday that is paid and encouraged by the employer, that you should really rest and really feel good at your work. Family welfare and equality are two values that are very much universally upheld in Finnish society, and they are also integrated into workplace policies and culture as well. Then one thing you might come across quite immediately when you start working here is that there is a lot of or it's quite normal for Finns to belong to a trade union, and there is a strong labor union culture in Finland. So there are usually collective agreements for different fields that then specify the pay rates and working conditions, so collective agreements. And employer unions and employee unions agree on a base level of wages and terms of employment, which makes the industries or their working different workplaces quite transparent and easily comparable. Yeah, it's mentioned here that the share of Finnish workforce belonging to a trade union has been between 60 to 70% approximately. So if you decide to become a member of one, there is this benefit that it also secures you against unemployment. So if you become unemployed, the unemployment fund will pay you a daily allowance in that case. And it will mean that if you're unemployed, you will have a better safety or better benefit, unemployment benefit for those days that you are unemployed. So that is also one of the biggest reasons Finns tend to belong to a trade union. Then a few words about taxes. We have a progressive taxation, which means that the more money you earn, the more taxes you will pay. So in Finland, taxes are paid on both earned and capital income, and earned income includes your salary and any taxable social benefits, such as unemployment and parental leave, while capital income is generated through the possession of personal wealth, including rental income or earnings from the sale of any assets. But in general, it is for normal, let's say, working people, it is the income tax that is relevant. And it's in Finland, let's say that I think we have still quite positive attitude towards paying taxes, because it keeps everyone quite equal, and also people feel that a lot of important services are really supported through these taxes. So Finns in general feel that they get a lot back when they pay the taxes. Okay, so I guess that was my presentation, and here you will have links to some important resources that you can check. And now if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or you can write them in the chat and I can also answer there. But however you prefer, I'm available now to your questions. If nothing, then I guess we'll continue with more information about Helsinki.
Yes, I think I will now share this presentation, and I welcome the representatives of the city of Helsinki. First, we will watch a short video about the city, and then you will be able to listen to the details about working as an employee of the city of Helsinki, and also some details about this very job offer of a teacher in a daycare.
Helsinki is a famously livable city. But why? Well, for a number of reasons. 10 to be precise. 1. It's close to nature. Helsinki is located on the sea, surrounded by hundreds of islands, and the city is peppered with parks and woodland. 2. Everything just works. Visitors are constantly surprised by the ease of city life here. 3. People trust each other. There's a neighbourly atmosphere, and corruption is virtually non-existent. 4. It's incredibly walkable, with footpaths and excellent jogging routes all around the city's centre. 5. It's incredibly cyclable, with bike lanes, cycle parking, and rentable bikes available everywhere. 6. It's incredibly public transportable, by tram, bus or metro day or night. 7. The summers are incredible, and the summers are incredible. 8. It's a city that knows how to embrace the new. This keeps life interesting. 9. Helsinki takes care of its citizens, and excellent health care and educational facilities can be taken for granted. 10. Overall, it offers superb quality of life. Helsinki is the world's 9th most livable city according to The Economist, and constantly ranks highly on Monocle's annual Quality of Life Index.
So now we watched the video about the city of Helsinki. I hope you heard the sound, and here we listed some more reasons why you would like to live in Helsinki. And I welcome representatives of the city of Helsinki HR department to tell a little bit more detail about working in Helsinki.
Hello everyone, buenos dias. My name is Kati Mohone and I work in HR in city of Helsinki, and also my colleague here.
Yes, hi, my name is Katja and I just started to work for city of Helsinki, also with Kati at the Human Resources.
Hopefully all heard. Okay, now.
we have a feedback going.
Okay, now we are good. Always the problem with the two computers. Okay, but anyway, I think video there actually really nicely summarized what life in Helsinki is like, and I couldn't agree more with all the 10 points there. I think the work-life balance is really great here, coming from respecting employers respecting your personal time, and then also like it's so easy to get around in the city. It's very compact, so you don't spend a lot of time traveling to work and back home. But yeah, everything is nearby, but still it's like a big city, and very very safe country and city as well. So
we both have kids, for example, and
Yeah.
we feel safe and enough that they can travel, for example, by themselves on the
Yes,
public
on the
transportation.
yeah,
And that's like something that we don't take for granted because we've lived in different other countries
Yeah.
with you.
yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
so safety first, and it's important.
Yes, yeah. But we're not going to go more into those now because we have so much to cover. Of course, we really want to tell you then more about City of Helsinki as the employer, and if we have a look on the next slide. So really, our value proposition as an employer is that when you work with us, every employee can engage in the work that affects the lives of local residents and lead a full life in their own way. And I think this is quite a powerful statement. Also links to the fact that at the city of Helsinki we take employee experience quite seriously and really want to have a good impact on our employees' lives as well, so that you are feeling good working with us and you feel that you can also grow and develop. Perhaps I can tell you more about the work-life balance, professional development, and employee benefits on the following slides. So work-life balance, as I mentioned there earlier, it's like perhaps one of the characteristics of life in Finland, but I would say especially when you work with the city of Helsinki, that's you have quite a good work-life balance. Like for example, when you work as a early childhood education teacher, you are not having any kind of being on call and on your phone after your working hours. But when your work finishes, then it's your own time and that you dedicate to your hobbies and friends and family, and is important to you. And we understand that has a big impact on your well-being in general. And then also we have quite comprehensive, not quite, but actually very comprehensive private healthcare as an occupational health service here at City of Helsinki that is fully available then to all our employees.
Yes, and this is something in addition to the public healthcare system that is also great, also available. For example, dental health, or like if you have a toothache or you have to go, there is always 24/7 emergency services for everyone. So that's something is important. And in addition to this, we also have the private healthcare, which I think is very, very good because some other countries, as you know, like in the States, for example, people will pay like €1,000 to have access to this private healthcare. So this is just great news.
Absolutely. And then vacation time, also vacations are quite generous. So and then depending on how long you have been working with us, but you basically earn 2 to 2.5 days every month of employment. And when we count the holiday days, we don't count Saturdays then. So if you take 1 week off, then you use 5 days of your holiday. So and not 6 days as in some other places. Then you have a picture of this e-passi there. That is our sports and culture and well-being benefits. So that is in addition to your salary, you get €550 every year to spend on different cultural or sports activities that you wish. Then on the next slide, then also wanted to mention about professional development. So if you decide to apply for the job and then you come and work with us, your language training in Finnish language, it will continue during your employment. And we provide language training during your working hours then. So it is your paid working time when you study language, approximately 4 hours a week. We also have really excellent learning and professional growth opportunities at City of Helsinki. Usually when new employees come and work here, they're quite amazed of our Oppiva and Onni portals, where there's like hundreds and hundreds of different kinds of courses and learning materials that are fully available for you. And then, of course, our staff also attend to different kinds of professional development activities. So we really value that, which actually makes sense because also we work in the education division. So I think that is also like inherent for us to value continuous learning. Was there something else we wanted to say about this?
The Oppiva ja Onni, or just in general?
Yeah.
Or like the, that we are considering ourselves, like we are also considering, for example, taking a course on planner.
Yes.
That is part of it. You can also take it through the portal.
Yeah.
So, the mind frame of, I guess, in professional development or continuous education is that every one of us has something new to learn, and we're happy to be in an organization that supports this kind of learning. Like you're never too old to learn something new. So I think that across all different ages, we have this spirit of learning, and I think we really appreciate this opportunity, and I'm sure it will be extended to you as well.
Yes. Okay, did we have one more slide? Cannot remember. Well, this is our welcome to Finland invitation for you. So we will provide permanent contracts in the public daycare, and it's a full-time job. Salary range is stated there. On the top of that, you will also get a holiday, something called holiday pay. or holiday bonus once a year, and
Then
yeah.
this allowance, the 550 for the cultural events on top of
Yes,
that,
exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, there are some other benefits we kind of skipped, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to just let you know, for example, as a new employee, I was able to get a free bike actually.
Yeah.
So I've been using that. And
Yeah.
I also learned that Helsinki city has its own island for the employees in the summertime.
Yeah.
Right now it's about to sort of like to stop working,
Yeah.
you can say, but in the summertime you are able to come to an island and rent cabins for free to stay overnight or to stay 5 days or something. So
Yeah.
and that's something quite amazing that just because
Yeah.
you have, you know, this badge that you're a city
Yeah.
employee, like you can go
Yeah.
and spend the time with your family and
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
So I think this is it for us. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're happy
So-
to take any questions after the
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah.
But nice having you with us.
Yeah. Thanks all for coming to listen to us, and we would really love to see you in Helsinki soon. But we have also our daycare manager, Inka Railo. He's also here on the line, and she will be telling you more about the actual work in the daycare. So, but yeah, does anyone have any questions about the employment conditions or benefits or anything like that Katja and I can answer? Yeah. Okay. Well, then perhaps let's move on then.
Remember that you can ask the question by the chat, okay? And we'll answer, our colleagues will answer you as soon as we can.
So Inka is welcome to present her part.
So, welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Inka Railo. I work as a daycare center unit manager. I've been doing that for 10 years now on. And Alexandra, please help me with changing the slides so I can tell you more about working in a daycare center. I used to work as a daycare center teacher, so I have this knowledge of being with the children. And nowadays I'm doing this managing position. In Finland, we want to think that this early childhood education is more of playing, having a joyful days full of the day. In the first presentation, there were this said about the summer. Yes, summer is nice, but I love winter. I love winter activities, slalom, and I think for the children, this winter time, outdoor plays are wonderful. When you have good clothes, you have enough warm clothes to be outside many hours is incredible. Yes, but it's have rules what kind of workers we need to have in daycares. Like you see here, we need to have those teachers who have been educated in early childhood education. We need to have those nurses who are doing almost the same job, but the teachers are in the main responsibility persons in a group. They are doing the pedagogic work. They are having the knowledge which they have got in the education, how to do good pedagogic for the children. Sometimes if we have some kind of special children in the group, we can have also those assistants. It is important to know that all those workers, it doesn't make the depends on what is your profession. you are doing almost the same job during the day. We are having different kind of groups. If we are having a small children's group, we can have these 4 children for 1 adult. Like in my daycare, we are having this small group where is 8 children and 2 adults. And not one is teacher and 1 is nurse. They are taking care of those smallest one. And if you are over 3 years old children, there is 7 children per 1 adult. And we are doing this staff co-child radio. We are working in different times during the day. Sometimes teacher is coming at 6:15 to work. Sometimes the teacher is going to be the last one till 5:30 in the working shift. So you can see the whole day, because some children are very active in the early hours, and sometimes some children, they like to be more in outdoor. So it's important for the teachers, of course, for the nurses also, to see the whole day period when they are taking care of the children. We are using a lot of visual aids and pictures. What it means, we are having also in Finland and especially in Helsinki, children from different cultures. I've learned that Finnish is a very hard language to learn. And of course, it is hard language for the children who are coming from the multicultural families. It's hard for them to learn the Finnish also. So we are using those aids and those pictures. We are showing that, okay, meal, we are going to have a meal. Outside, we are having the picture of going out, so the child knows that, okay, now we are moving from this area to the other. In Finland, we are having these technological skills. Those workers who are studying in a university or in different schools, they are learning to use this computer and other technical skills. So we are having this group portfolio. We are sending the parents this link to this portfolio where we can put pictures from the daytime, what we have done. We can put there different lines that this mathematic thing we learn to do some things together, and we show the children that you can do these mathematical things with apples or with bananas or with the cars, and you can learn different things. It's important to show those things to the parents also, so they can do the same thing in home, like for a child that when we go indoor, we can put all the clothes and all the shoes to the right places at home, and we can count the shoes. Doing this educational thing also in daycare and also in home. I was saying about those rotating shifts earlier. It is important to understand that during the day there is a different kind of times for a child and for us adults to learn and enjoy the times. Now I change them. Yep. Okay. Teachers, key responsibilities. Like I said, The teacher is having the knowledge of educational ideas and educational steps, what every children and child have during different age period. So she or he is responsible of all the plans for the daily activities. But of course, we are doing the cooperation with the nurses. For example, for me, I have lack of educated teachers. I have many good nurses who can do almost the same job because they have done this kind of work for years. Leading the team, having a good conversation with the team on the next door. It is important to do the cooperation with other team, because if I'm having those smallest 1 to 2-year-old, it is important sometimes to go to see those 3-4 years old children, so they can do some kind of cooperation, and children are learning when they are watching, oh, she can do that, I want to do that also. Yeah. Of course, family cooperation, very, very important. Having these discussions, asking how your child is feeling about the after the days in the daycare center. Next slide, please. Okay. This is the normal day. The earlier Saija said about the timetable that we are doing around 8 hours work and in different shifts. This is the middle shift, so we called välivuoro. What kind of responsibilities teachers can have. In some daycares, teachers are doing only this middle shift, but in some daycares they are doing all. It depends on the daycare, and it depends on what kind of needs the group is having. But this is if you have 2 teachers in a group and 1 nurse, the main teacher who is mostly responsible of the group is doing. There you can see, you can enjoy being inside, working inside, and going also to work outdoor. For me, as a manager doing this for 10 years, I am sometimes very jealous to my workers that they can go outside and play with the children, having fresh air, because I'm responsible of the paperwork and all those managing things. And I think that's the best thing to work in a daycare is to have different kind of work days, outdoor, indoor, different timetables, and of course, children are different every day. Yeah, they are behaving differently. Okay, the next slide, please. Yes, full-time pedagogy. It is a big word. It means that when the child is coming to the daycare, you are taking you are hugging her, you are speaking with her, you are discussing about the things, you are learning to good habits when you are having meals. You are learning how to put the socks on, how to take the socks off. You are learning to run on the field. You are learning to use the bus and staying on the line. You are learning different pedagogical things during the day. It's the full-time pedagogy. It is important that in a day there is different kind of activities because the children are different. Somebody are learning things by doing. Somebody is learning the things by hearing. Somebody is learning, however, different kind of learning methods. And of course, during the day is time to do this nice activities for children, reading, singing, playing. Yeah, like when I think about what is the thing in our early childhood education is a big word, but in the early childhood education during the time in daycare is playing different kind of learning by playing, having a joyful days. That's the main thing. The next slide, please. Yes. And there is those big words, learning together. We in the daycare center, we are using this group learning method that together we can learn from each others. We adults who are working in the daycare, we need to have this positive attitude towards the children, towards the different kind of behavior. It is important to give them, the children, the feedback, how things have gone. And of course, this positive is helping the child improve themselves better. Next slide, please. Okay. Yes, before children are going to school in the age of 6, we are having these pre-primary schools. Primary schools are starting when the child is about 7, and the last year in daycare center is this pre-primary school. Social skills. The children are going to the school. It is important for them that they are learning to behave with other children in the group. If they have some troubles, they can come to the adult and say, please help me. I don't know how to work this. We are, so to speak, preparing children for the education route where they can learn in school and learn those alphabets and numbers and mathematics skills. We are giving the children opportunities to learn and having a little bites about mathematics skills. But the main teaching process is going to be in school. Yeah, listening and learning, asking, giving answers to the children. That's the thing what we are doing in primary school. Yes, I think, was that the last slide? Yes, I think so. Hopefully I would have give you the some sides about the daycare center service and how to be the teacher in a daycare. It is much of learning and playing and joyful time. Have somebody some questions now on? No, then I will give the next person chance to speak.
Questions? Are there any questions you prefer later? So let's get going then.
Yes, let's keep going. Thank you, Inka, very much. I think it was very informative in terms of description of the pedagogical approaches and how the day is organized. And on my behalf, I can share my experience. One of my kids was so lucky to be in the Finnish daycare. And I think that the most different thing from other daycares is that here they really prepare for real life. And I really enjoyed that our kids experienced, for example, trips to the city. They visited museums, they visited some sport facilities and got their first experiences of skating, for example, and even skiing, and everything happened in daycare, and it was organized with the help of the whole team, the teachers, nurses, and all the personnel in the daycare. So it was really a great job. So I will continue with the recruitment process and some requirements that we have to meet in this recruitment process, but we have some questions. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, hi, sorry. I just
Hi.
wanted to know, is it usually the daycare from 0 to 6-year-olds all together in the same center, or are they like from 0 to 3 and then from 3 to 6?
Yeah. Like in my daycare, we have children from let's say 10 months to 6 years old, and they are in a different groups. I have this bigger unit is 8 groups, the smallest one and the biggest one. Yeah, in a different group. I have those 1 to 2 years old are in one group, and then I have this 2 to 3 years is one group, and then I have many groups for children of 3 to 5 years old, and then I have this 6 years old. Yeah, different age limits in different groups.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have another question.
Hi, I just wanted to ask if all of the kindergartens or daycare centers in Helsinki do have these age-divided groups, or is there also groups that have mixed ages?
We are having different kind of groups. Yeah. Let's say on my area, I come from the, how you say it, northeast area. I think we have all groups these age limit, but I know there is some daycare centers. There are these so-called sisarusryhmä. What it is in English? I don't know the word.
The sibling groups.
Sibling groups, yeah. We are having those sibling groups also in some daycares. But I think most of the groups are this different age limit.
Okay,
Good question.
Yeah, it's just sometimes mixed here in Germany, and then we have a very similar system, but there's different kindergartens, and both have their pro and cons. So
Yeah.
I was just interested. Thank you.
Yes.
So let us move forward, and if you have any more questions, you are welcome to ask them in the chat or in the end of the event. So as we talked a lot about the pedagogy in Finnish daycare, it is very important that the teachers are well prepared, not in terms of pedagogy only, but in terms of communication with the group, because they should be able to somehow make this pedagogy real, and they need their language skill. And therefore, we have this language proficiency requirement, which is stated in the law in Finland. And when the city of Helsinki is selecting employees, they normally check that all the employees have sufficient language proficiency. And here we are talking about the Finnish language, but there are also some Swedish language daycare, and Swedish is the second official language in the country. Therefore, we in this recruitment are organizing this pre-employment language training in the country of origin. So if you are coming to Finland from some other country, you will be having an online Finnish language training, which will last approximately 9 months. And the ultimate goal of this language training is that you are able to communicate with the children, your colleagues, and with the parents in Finnish. Of course, you can think that Helsinki is such an international city, and you may deal in English only throughout the daily life, which is true. But here in working, you need the Finnish language because it is the official language of the whole documentation, planning, reporting, and communication also. And we strongly encourage all the participants of this language training to be proactive in terms of learning the language, acquiring these skills, because despite we are having quite a lot of teaching and home task, you would need something else to enrich your vocabulary. And here I listed some good resources for you to get acquainted to. For example, Info Finland is a good resource to find information about everything in Finland, including how you can learn the language. Then this Kieliboosti is like Language Boost. It's an official resource which collects all available resources, free and paid, that would help you master the language. And of course, some applications. Duolingo is widely known. You can learn Finnish from English, for example, and WordDive is a paid for application, which is also working pretty good. But here we have also our Finnish language teacher provider, our teacher, Kim. Are you here? Would you like to continue from here? I think if Kim is not here at the moment, I can briefly tell you about how this language training is constructed. So we have 3 modules. The first 2 modules are the basics of the Finnish language, mostly grammar and general vocabulary. And the teaching is 2 times per week, 1.5 hour online. For example, during the first recruitment, we are having one group who is learning Finnish on Mondays and Wednesdays. In addition, they have every 3rd Thursday as a time where they can ask more detailed questions, for example, and have more practice. And after these 2 modules, the language level they reach is A2, which is the basics, as I said. And after that, they have a test. And those who pass this test, they are accepted to module 3, which is much more intensive. And they also get some in-depth learning in the Finnish daycare. So they learn more about the daycare itself and the vocabulary they need there. And they go through some materials used in Finnish daycare. And from module 3 onwards, the teaching is completely in Finnish already. And while we are talking about 2 times per week, we are all adults here, and you are all teachers, so we should understand that 2 times per week is not enough to master the language. So when you are engaging in this demanding project, you would need to plan some more time for self-studies. So we assume that about 10 hours per week, including those hours, would be like the minimum time you need to really master the language. And here we have some more details about these modules, but we will send these materials afterwards with the video. So you can go through the material and you can click on the links and read more details afterwards. And if our teacher is joining later during this info event, you will be able to ask more questions about that. But I will proceed with another important requirement is your eligibility as a teacher in early childhood education. So here in this info event, we pre-selected mostly those who have really high potential of getting this eligibility from the Finnish education authorities. We pre-selected these participants based on their degree certificates that I asked by email. And while having this degree certificate from a European university, there is still a requirement with the Finnish authorities to go through the recognition process. With most degrees from Spanish universities, this process is quite straightforward. We will guide you how to apply or where to apply, and this is a paid-for process, but you are able to get compensation afterwards with the help of Targeted Mobility Scheme funding, and EURES Spain will tell more about that a little bit later. And here I listed several links where you can read more about this process. But basically it works as applying with your documentation and some additional papers, like, for example, if you have some employment certificates, and then just waiting. And we will start this process with those who are already in module 2, so that everything goes smooth. And here you can see like a guide to understand if you need this recognition from the Finnish authorities, but I can say you like a short answer, yes, you do, because if you are not graduated from a Finnish university, then for sure you will need this recognition. This is a legal requirement for the role of a teacher. Therefore, this is just for your information. There are some applicants from within Finland, some teachers who, for example, had their education in their home country and then arrived to Finland already and have some additional education from Finland. In your cases, we will discuss it separately during the interview. If you need some extra courses, some extra paper or whatever. So we will go through your degree certificate with your complementary education, and we will discuss it in the very detail. But here is a short example how this degree can be recognized based on someone's education from Spain. This is a degree which we are targeting at. Basically, it's a teacher in early childhood education, and this qualification does not differ from the Finnish requirements. Therefore, it is straightforwardly recognized, and people who have this qualification do not need any extra training. In their case, they will get their positive decision on the recognition of their degree, and they will need only to complete the Finnish language training and get the certificate that they can speak Finnish in the level that they can perform their duties as a teacher. Then the main important service, in addition to the Finnish language training and degree recognition, is the relocation. So relocation is a big deal. Therefore, the city of Helsinki, the employer, took care of future employees and asked us, the recruiting company, to take care of the whole relocation process. Therefore, for example, we help you find suitable housing, suitable place to live, depending on your preferences. For example, with the first group, we are discussing if they prefer a single apartment or if they prefer shared apartment. There are some teachers who want to live together in one apartment and have some shared spaces, for example, to save. Someone wanted a private house, separate house, and someone would like live in a block of flats, for example. So we take all of your preferences into consideration and help you find the suitable housing and really ensure that it is reasonably priced so that you don't pay extra. And then we share information about the rules of this housing option that you chose. For example, most of the apartments are unfurnished, and we help you, orient you how you can get the furnitures easily. And also we help you with the whole documentation that you need with the registration in Finland, getting your tax card and everything like that, including banking and communication services. Also, in addition to our recruitment agency services, there is a very well working service in the city of Helsinki itself. It is called International House Helsinki. Basically, this is a one-window service. It's an official service working in Helsinki for all people coming from other places. And there you can get services from different official authorities, like, for example, immigration office, for example, tax office, and so on. So you can contact them if you like to learn something about moving to Helsinki already before your arrival, which is very convenient. And one more important thing I forgot to mention, if you have a spouse or if you have a family already, a husband or wife or kids, we will see for example, working opportunities for your spouse, and we will help you apply to a study place for your child. If you need a place in a daycare or at school, we will also orient you how to organize this. I would encourage you to read through this resource Info Finland, because it has a lot of useful information in English and in Spanish and in some other languages. This Info Finland resource is run by officials, so you can be sure 100% that all information there is reliable. And you can, of course, ask me via email, and I can send you more links if you need. But now I welcome EURES Spain to tell about targeted mobility scheme. And as far as I understood, we have here applicants not only from Spain. Therefore, I would kindly ask you to present in English.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Maite Escribano, and EURES advisor in Madrid, Spain. If you have any question, any doubt, please feel free to ask now. I mean, it's the best moment to share all the information, and I'm sure we are going to help you in these issues or circumstances that you need it. Then I introduce how to access to EURES allowances. This is an important thing because it's the financial support that is going to help you in this process. And the next slide, please. Okay. First of all, all the allowance, mobility allowance, are financed by this European Social Fund. That is important to say. And then in this process, the recruitment process will use these funds to manage by, and will be managed by the Swedish Public Employment Service, and then EURES Spain as partner. You can check and cancel more details in the link below. Then at the end of the presentation, we are going to send all of you. Then you can check, and if you need more information, write an email or you need it. Okay, next slide, please. What financial support? This is a good question. What kind of financial? We can offer support, financial support for job interviews, relocation, family relocation, or qualification recognition. The first step is the job interview. In our case, it's really important to explain, because if you are coming to the interviews in Madrid, you can ask your EURES advisor in your city, you live in Madrid or in another city, for job interviews. There are figures, maximum figures that you can receive. But we are going to help you, everybody, in all the documents, prepare documents, or you need it, or if you need more information about that. It's a contribution to travel and accommodation costs, depending on the distances, always more than 50 kilometers. That's very important, more than 50 kilometers. And daily subsistence. This is a figure, maximum figures. Second one, relocation and family relocation. In this case, cover costs of your relocation. Oh, sorry.
Maite, just one thing. For the Spanish participants moving to the interviews, please, as soon as you receive the invitation for the interview, contact with your local EURES advisor. We are very easy to find. Just Google us, and we are very easy to find, because it's your local EURES advisor, the person in charge to support you in this process. Okay?
Yeah.
If you are from other EU country, you need to contact with your EURES advisor.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Danny. Is really important. In the next slide, we are going to talk about that. But Danny said it's very important for all of you. Contact with your EURES ambassador before in your city. Okay. The last one, qualification recognition. As Alessandra explained us before, we need to have our professional academic qualification recognized. There is a amount, always a maximum amount, but this financial support only we can ask when you have applied for your recognition qualification in the authority, national authority. That's very important. Okay. Then next slide. And how to get it? Very easy. We are going to have and offer support in all the whole process. Then feel free, don't feel fear. It's really important, as Daniel said, contact your EURES advisor as soon as possible, always as soon as possible, because we know that always we are going out of time in the deadline. Please, as soon as possible. In our case, when you receive your email invitation for the job interview, contact with us, with your EURES advisor in your city. Then your EURES advisor will inform you about all that you needed, all required documents. There is a link when you can check and find your EURES advisor in your city. It's a SEPE website. I don't know if everybody check, but it's really important to know this link. And if you live in Madrid, it's possible to contact with your employment office in Madrid or in this email. It's our email in Madrid. Okay.
But it is very easy. Easy as Google EURES Spain, and you will find us. We are very easy.
Yes, yes. Okay, next, please. And this is the step by step. When get in contact with your EURES advisor, always as soon as possible before, please. First, for job interviews, as we said, as soon as you receive the invitation for the job interview, then qualification recognition, once you have applied for it at the competent authority. This is very important. Once you have applied. And then relocation or family relocation. It is possible at least 3 weeks before moving. We know it's really difficult, but we want to try at least three weeks before. It's easy, it's not difficult. When I mean, in your suits, you learn everything, and it's a hard day to day. I say, oh my, that is not really difficult, believe me. Then I invite all of us to ask in English or Spanish all doubts, all you needed to clarify, all you needed in this moment. It's the best moment. We are with a very good colleagues and very good professionals today. Thanks, everybody. Muchas gracias.
Okay, question time. I have a couple of questions in the chat for the Helsinki team. The first question is from Sarai. And Sarai asks, what happens if we fail any of the Finnish exams? Alexandra? Hey.
So I can answer this question. The same like with the first group. If, for example, you do not pass the exam after the module 2, which is like the most important to proceed to the final module, you will get a chance to continue with the next group. So we are planning more recruitments in spring, hopefully. So you will get a chance to learn more, because there are different types of learners. Some people learn languages more easily, and some need more time to digest the new language. Or, for example, you can have another job or something else, or some family condition when you cannot devote the necessary amount of time as planned before. And in these cases, you can continue with the next group. And we have several students who will continue with this second group.
Okay. So you will have a lot of different choices and opportunities. There is another question from Celia. This is, hello, when or until we need to do the degree, the professional recognition? In which moment they need to start with the professional recognition?
As I said, we will guide you where to apply, and it will happen during module 2, I think. So for your group, it will be somewhere in January, February, closer to spring. This process takes time, sometimes weeks. So therefore, we are encouraging you to apply not right before you're moving to Finland, but a way before. But you don't have to apply for your recognition now during the recruitment process, during the interview time, for example. We do not need this recognition paper at the moment. We pre-selected the candidates based on their current degrees, and this is enough at the moment.
Okay, great. We have another question from Celia, another Celia. We have two Celias. And it is, when it comes to insurance, does the company or school provide it for us, or do we have to take our insurance ourselves?
You will have covered the insurance yourself, and normally in Finland, people are choosing if they need some special insurance, for example, the house insurance or their private health insurance or something else. They just choose freely which insurance company offer suits their needs best.
Yeah, I think maybe not in a mistake, okay? But I think she's thinking in social security more than in housing or private health. So social security in Finland is public. Is it okay?
I can.
Yes.
Well, Alexandra, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can answer.
Well, you can comment, but yes, social security is public, and every person registered in the Finnish system, they have this social security number and they enjoy social security services.
More questions?
And then what comes to the healthcare?
Okay. Okay, there is another question here. There are different positions to work at the school. I imagine that each position will have a different salary. Will it be possible to know in advance what position will be working, and if we are selected, the salary associated with that position, with that particular post? Yeah.
Yes, in this very recruitment, we are especially targeted at the teachers in early childhood education, and the salary was shown in one of the slides in yellow. So let me get back to that.
But
it's approximately 2,900 to start with, and then
yes.
Going over 3,000. And when you start working with us, the salary, the starting salary will be the base salary, that 2,900, and then once you then start taking more responsibility on the kind of written documentation and reporting and those kind of things as well, then the salary will be increased to that 3,000. And now I can't remember the exact numbers, but what is stated in the ad. And then also I wanted to mention that we have in addition to the base salary, you would also get experience-based increase, and that is then calculated at that point when you start working with us and you provide all your certificates, vida laboral, and those things, and then we calculate there your relevant work experience, and that can then increase your salary. And then, of course, we also have different spot rewards and well, we don't call them bonuses, but I'll call them bonuses now because I can't find any other word, but additional pay also for good performance.
Okay, we are talking about gross salary, I suppose, because netto is quite complicated
salary,
normally.
Yes.
So salary.
Yes.
Netto is complicated because it depends on the personal circumstance of each person. So they can tell you netto is 3,000 euros because it depends. Okay, so we always talk about gross salary.
Yes, and I can add a little bit. I think we were a little bit misleading when we presented the daycare system in general, and we said that we have different roles in our daycare. Of course, we have different roles in daycare, but in this very recruitment project, we are recruiting teachers only, not nannies, for example, not teachers' assistants, but eligible teachers. And like almost all of you who are here in this info, you have this eligibility or high potential of getting this eligibility with the Finnish education authorities. So we are not recruiting people with education of teachers to nannies positions. This is for sure. Are there any other questions?
Other questions? Come on, this is a great chance to ask questions.
I had another question.
Okay.
I wanted to know when you get there and we start working as a teacher, during like the first month that we're still learning the language for the 4 hours per week, Is there any type of like mentoring or body system inside the schools while we have to like talk with other teachers or parents?
I can answer this because I'm in this recruiting progress. I'm involved this. I am trying to find a teacher who can work with another teacher and with the nurse in one group. So there will be this teacher who have done this work many years. So she or he can take you to be the partner and doing the same job. He is doing this mentoring process for you and learning and teaching you every day during your working day. I think that's the best thing, to have two pedagogic person. They are sharing ideas, but in your case, you are learning Finnish and you will have this partner in the same group who is teaching you about the language.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We have another question of the second Silvia. It's okay, perfect tense. The last one. Regarding the language classes, will we know the class schedules in advance? And since it is online, it is live online, or if we are unable to attend one of the classes, will it be recorded to watch it later? Because she has a job and, you know, time and availability sometimes is a difficult thing.
Well, the language training is online, but it is live online, and there is some requirement of minimum attendance. And during our first recruitment, we calculated that 60% presence is a minimum. And of course, there will be videos also, but as I said, the presence will be monitored, and this is one of the requirements to proceed. And if you cannot make it for some good reason, for example, illness or something else, this is negotiable with the teacher. And also, one of the main criteria to proceed is completion of the tasks that are given to you by the teacher online. So if you are unable to be present, and if you do not submit any exercises, the teacher sees that you are not motivated to continue. And this is like the red light for the whole process. But if there are some occasional missing at the classes, this is negotiable.
Okay. Another question now from Joanna. Joanna asks how to apply for the interview in Madrid. So I suppose, Joanna, you sent your CV before all this. So, Alexandra.
Yes, so the idea is that here you saw the whole recruitment process, and I changed here the number. It's October 1st to 8th. It's the final interview with the employer. But first, next week, I start interviewing some persons who are from other than Spain or Finland. There are several applicants from some other countries. Then there will be interviews for those who are already in Finland for some reason. And then I'm coming to Madrid in September. And you can register for interviews in Madrid with the EURES Spain, please. So after this event, I suppose there will be some link to registration. And last time we also negotiated on the phone the time when you can be present. And I warmly encourage you, if you register for the interview in Madrid, please come, because I'm coming from Finland, especially to meet you, to get acquainted to you, and to like verify your motivation to participate in this project. Here are some links here is my email where I ask you to send your degree certificate if you haven't sent such. Some of you had your CVs in Spanish. Of course, I was able to look through them via Google Translate, but I'm asking you to send your updated CVs in English also, if you haven't yet sent, and your degree certificate. And we are especially interested in your degree in early childhood education. So if you have a degree in primary education, this is a great thing, but it is a single degree in primary education is not enough to get eligibility to work as a teacher in daycare. So please be sure to send me the degree in early childhood education. Or if you have a double degree, this certificate which indicates both degrees is also good. Then soon after this info event, we'll be sending to all of you a link to a questionnaire. This is for further organizing the language training. There will be some questions about you as a language learner and some questions about your views on early childhood pedagogy. And this link will be from questionnaires provider. So it's not going to be from my address. Therefore, please be sure to check your spam folder as well, because sometimes such questionnaires can be easily lost in a spam folder. Then registration for on-site in-person interviews in Finland. The link is here. We will send you this slides after the info event, so you will be able to register from there. And with the interviews in Madrid, we are looking forward to the link from our partners, EURES Spain. And the final interviews will be in the beginning of October, as I said. Final interviews will be online for all of you, no matter if you're in Finland or in Madrid or somewhere else. So these employers' interview will be with the daycare managers and someone of us of the City of Helsinki HR department or me. And these interviews are different. So my pre-selection interview focuses mostly on your motivation, on your previous experiences in daycare, and for example, your multicultural experiences. And we will talk about your availability throughout these 9 months to really devote your time to the language learning. But the employer's interview is something different. There you will talk more about your pedagogical approaches, and you will be given a short task, short problem task to solve. For example, some problems with a child in a daycare setting, and the daycare manager would like to listen how you approach this problem, how you solve this problem based on your experience or on your views and your education. Are there any other questions?
Maite?
Sorry, sorry, Daniel. I only want to confirm that Alexandra said we are going to send an email with a timetable for job interviews, then keep attention to your email.
Yeah, you shall receive the mail from eures.nordicos. Is it okay, Maite?
Yeah, yes.
At cp.es. I put it on in the chat, okay?
Okay, thanks.
I had one other question, like very fast.
Okay,
I just wanted
Jimenez.
to know how many people are getting recruited in this process, more or less.
That's a perfect question. We are targeting at about 25 persons, but we admit a lot more, or we would like to admit a lot more. So at the moment, we are aiming at 2 groups, about 20 persons in each group, or if there are more participants, this is even better. And the idea is not to reduce the group so that we get these 25 persons, but to help as many teachers willing to relocate to Finland master the Finnish language and come. Kati, please tell.
Yes, so in other words, what Alexandra said, if you are selected for the language training, the online language training, you don't need to worry that you are going to be competing with other people who are there in the training, but all of you will have a workplace and employment contract with us when you learn the language. So there might be more people starting the language training, more than 25, but this is because people's situations and circumstances change, and then somebody may leave the course earlier. So that's why. But if all 40 or whoever starts, if all of you stay till the end of the course, we are very happy to have all 40 of you working with us.
Yeah, there was a question I forgot from Julio. Julio asked about the language training schedule, and in particular, if the training is in the afternoon. With the afternoon, I think could happen, you know, cultural disturbances, because I remember when I was in Finland a lot of years ago, that lunchtime was about 11:30, 12. And I suppose that after this lunch, everything is the afternoon. And in Spain, afternoon is a bit later. So more or less, which will be the time for the language training.
Yes, it's true that the language training in the afternoon, but I can say in more detail, it is in evening. So this first group, let me check, has their classes at, just a second. Yes, at 7 in evening, Finnish time. So it is 6 in Spanish time, I assume. And we had some applicants from Ireland, for example. So this is like should be checked. Time is different in all our countries, but in Finnish it was 7, so it's 1 hour and a half in 7.
Okay, in the late afternoon, we would say in Spain.
Yes. Also about the days, this first recruitment, we had classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, but this time it can be different because it will be a new teacher. And I think this will be informed a little bit later as we have the list of the participants. And of course, if like vast majority of the participants are not able to start at 7, but would prefer to start at 8, for example, I think it is negotiable.
Okay, so for the side of EURES Spain, thanks a lot to the Finnish team for the load of information you have shared with us and with the participants. Thanks a lot. Muchísimas gracias a todos y a todas las participantes. Y ya saben, a activarse si les interesa esta interesantísima propuesta. It's very, very interesting proposal from Finland. Ok, detengo la grabación. Muchas gracias y buenos días o buenas tardes, depende del sitio.